Ooh, you know how I feel. You know how I feel. Ooh, you know how I feel. You know how I feel. Ooh,
Test. Here I am. There's no red panda emoji. Uh-oh. Right, YouTube, complain immediately. Hey, everybody. How are you guys? Wow, I don't really have much lighting going on behind me. But I kind of feel like it looks... Yeah, I feel like it looks okay, though. What do you guys think? Should we bring some on? Oh, wait. I don't have you on yet. There you go.
Is there something to tinker with? Are we going to tinker, perhaps, at the beginning of class?
Of course.
Yes. No, I think it looks great. We do have a little bit of a cloudy day. It is warmer. It was sunny this morning. It's a whole lot warmer, but now it's cloudy. You want to say hey? Okay. Here's Rexy and Tara. You hear his heavy breathing. What does that taste like?
All right, let's see who's here. Jennifer, I've come out, and is it stuttery? Do you guys think does it look stuttery? Is it?
Does it look? I'm sorry.
I think it actually is.
Hey, does this look weird?
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. I wanted to see who was here.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lauren's here. Sweet. Jackie's here. All right, so people don't think it looks stuttery. All right, so Casey's here. Casey, sweet. Jennifer's here. Sweet. Welcome. Rita's
welcome.
here. Spider Kite is here.
Ooh.
I think I saw Carla is here. Luis is here. She was here. All right, cool. Yeah, if you want to join in on this emote wall thing, if you put an emote in your message, it'll bounce around the screen for 20 seconds.
It's a symphony of emojis.
It is.
It's a visual symphony.
All right.
I'd be on the mind. I think a new friend, maybe.
And do you have any requests for something we do today? I've got an idea. I don't know if you want to add anything.
What if I told you that the animal
hey there, Beyond the Mind,
that you put on the promo was not, in fact, a fox, but a different animal?
What's that?
It's actually a red panda.
That I put on the thing?
Yes.
I must have read the article wrong.
I was thinking it's a red panda. But here's a thought. What is...
It said it was a type of
sometimes
fox.
you talk about, like, fox or hedgehog energy, but today it can be fox or red panda energy. So we can go back and forth.
I don't know if I know enough about red panda energy.
Well, think about what if you were a red panda? What if you lived in a tree and had a
sure
long tail?
I think that's a baby
and were nocturnal.
Fox. I think it's a baby fox. It's some kind of...
Are we going to fight?
I don't know. You're challenging my research.
Sorry, y'all. Okay.
Where I come from...
It is a red panda, I do believe. Thank you, Jackie, for backing me up when I'm only going on the... I'm just only going on the information. Hey, Mars. Yeah, Rex might jump in, and we would both lose.
You'd be like a panda, but red. Thank you, Jackie.
I think it would.
Thank you.
I mean, okay, so that was my idea for class. Like,
yeah.
What is fox energy? What is red panda energy?
Well,
So a fox, and I just want to say one last thing, then I will stop.
All right, I don't know if we're going to go with this idea.
Okay, but I just want to say, nature is on my side because last night, as I drove home, a red fox ran across my path. And one of the things I thought about, thank you, Carla. This is the sweetest. Red foxes are very special to me because of the way they move, and they are so fast and their tail is so long. And just seeing one in person, it's kind of like when we saw that coyote, the pandas. But when we saw that coyote, it's like when you see an animal move in real life, it's different. Bex isn't listening to me anymore. Okay.
Just read Beyond the Mind's comment that she went to the Red Panda Zoo in China.
Oh, neat. Yes, red panda is endangered still.
Yeah.
They've been endangered, I think, our whole life. Well, We'll talk about it. We'll continue talking about it. I guess both animals have long tails.
Yeah, so...
So actually, my yoga teacher talks about your energetic tail.
Okay, well, let's talk about that later.
Yeah.
That kind of thing might come up. But so what I want to do is, Tara and I actually had a shared hoop session yesterday, last night, and I was doing some things, and I remember thinking, all right, that's going to make it into class tomorrow. So we're going to sway up, and then we're going to do basically what you could think of as like a sort of hoop workout, or not workout, but like a hoop sort of energy activation thing, using the hoop and rolling it around. And it's gonna be more about your body today, or at least the first half is going to be more about like your body, like you're learning new movements or training new movements, that sort of thing, than it will be about your repertoire. But it'll be fun, and we'll go ahead and sway. Yeah, I like this one. I haven't heard this one. This is a classic. I haven't heard this one in a while. So we'll sway to this guy. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. The way that I like to begin a sway or a class or a movement session is just by trying to float. I try to get into a place of floating. And what I mean by that is that I'm floating passively, and sometimes I can feel a current begin to take me a certain direction. That's called an inclination, and I always follow those in my hoop practice every day or whenever I hoop. To get there, though, I first have to float, and that's what sway is for me. It's a chance to float. It's a chance to become light enough to float, relaxed enough to float. Audible breath in. For me, right now, breathing feels good. Breathing consciously, audibly, it just feels good right now. So that's my first inclination today, is those breaths. Audible breath in. Your arms and legs do something that we forget sometimes. We use it every day, but we forget sometimes that our arms and legs can twist. If we straighten our arms, each arm can twist one way or the other around that axis. That's rotation. And when you internally rotate, you turn towards the heart. And externally, we rotate away from the heart. You become conscious that your arms can do that, they begin to move in an even more complex and really delightful way. You realize you can externally rotate and open the chest, round the back. Audible breath in. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I was hoping you would. Tara, my whole understanding of this comes pretty much from Tara, so.
No, that was great. And I liked how you said internally rotate, moving towards the heart, and externally rotating away from the heart, but also opening the heart is that external rotation. So, yeah, nice.
Okay, well, we're going to explore that now. And are the cameras doing everything they're supposed to do? I was blindfolded. Everything's looking okay? Okay, cool. Sweet. Okay, this camera doesn't like the daytime. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just a little dark.
Amanda said we look like water. I look like fire. I look like water. You look like fire.
Ooh, I love that. That's so cool.
Okay, let's see. How do I want to do this? All right, let's try. We're going to try a slow warrior kind of external rotation, internal rotation move here. This is one of my favorite Cat Power Point songs. So I'm not so. Ooh, I guess it's a little dark, right? There we go. I'm not so. Wow, that's really dark. Okay. The technique you use is not maybe as important. As what? Yeah, I don't know.
Tell me
this might be a little too body nerdy. But as I'm moving in Slow Warrior and I'm kind of doing gooey flow here, I'm realizing that like it's harder for me to find internal and external rotation in the hands, but where I'm noticing it the most is at my feet. Like I'm planting both of my feet down and I can rotate from my feet, like a sort of internal or external rotation, and I'm getting, this is how straight it from. And I'm getting this kind of, maybe I still don't have it right. There we go, I'll show you. But by internally and externally rotating my feet, right, I'm getting this kind of really natural sort of push. This is an old HoopPath one that we used to do where I'm pushing my hip, I come across, I push across, and then I externally rotate that hip and it throws the other hip forward, and then I go into that. So it looks like this. Every time I shift my weight to that leg, it then externally rotates and sends it back. Of course, you don't need to do it like me. It's just the idea that you can kind of create this ripple of movement up through the body from just that spiraling of energy, that rotating energy coming up the legs.
Indirectly you say again, the hand of the night is not a hand for me. That's the most that I've ever heard from another man. A wealthy man. That's the most that I've ever heard from another man.
All right. Okay, so I'm hoping that warmed up your legs through this movement, because now we're going to warm up the arms, and this is really where I was doing a lot of last night, and I think that we've actually done this before in this class. It's been 3 years, thank gosh. But I think we've already done this, but this is going to be super body nerdy to some of you, and the cool thing about this is you can go off and do your own thing and still be taking the class with us, but ideally you'll be doing this with me. All right. I like that song, but okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to create, this is going to be kind of an arm exercise. We're going to roll the hoop around our arms. Really, it could be anywhere, but I'm imagining that it will be on your forearm. And when you're ready to switch arms, you'll just switch. You don't need like a lot of height to be able to make these switches. But it's gonna make your arms a little bit tired, but what we're gonna do is create these rolls, and then you and your rhythm, not with my guidance, but you and your rhythm are gonna rotate, externally rotate and internally rotate as you are holding this position here, right? And yeah, nice T. And so this is me internally rotating. I'm keeping my hand flat so you can sort of see it, and then this is me externally rotating. Tara is spinning in what we would call bow playing. I think in flow terms that's ball playing maybe. And then she moved into sun there. Anne's in sun right now, kind of. Ann just turned. So Ann's doing a fun little move, which is going around the elbow. And if you, like, the cool thing about hooping is it can really hit whatever mark you're going for. You know, I was talking about inclinations before. Let's say your inclination, you're just not feeling flow, but you want to have a hoop session, you know you're going to feel better after it. These are the type of exercise that you can kind of turn them into a workout. I'll show you what I mean about turning it into a workout, right? Like I can, you know, say, okay, I'm going to externally rotate, but now I'm going to like move through my range of motion in a more deliberate way. I'm not going to cheat a corner. And you know, if you're a body nerd like I am, you can kind of feel the difference. Like I'm internally rotating right now, and maybe you don't internally rotate, you know, to your max, right? But maybe you're just, now I'm kind of combining both, and it's awesome. and it's, you know, this is something that only a hoop nerd or flow nerd is going to get, but it can really change your practice once you like find this feeling. If you're really, this isn't necessarily related to what we were doing before, but you know, if you're feeling it, if you feel like you're in your groove with this, that this rotation is helping, you can start to learn the swing break. We've done this before. A swing break is when you swing the hoop out, and then without touching it or gripping it, it breaks. Nice. And basically doing tosses with swing breaks, just kind of doing a circuit of a swing break to a toss to a swing break. You can really see Tara using her feet right there as part of this swing break. This is me pulling an isolation out of it, you know, like a swing isolation. So break, ISO. I'm keeping it in point. Of course, you could grip it and make it even tighter. Yeah, alright, so let's break it down. And let's see, maybe, yeah. Okay, so here's what's happening with this swing break. Let's see, maybe this will help. One second. This might be a visual that will help, I don't know. It may screw me up. Alright, so I'm going to show you this point on my We'll make it a little bit brighter for the folks at home. All right. So what a swing break is if you can see, maybe in HD you'll be able to see that this blue bandana is slowly moving around, all right? And so that's going to show us what the hoop's turn looks like. So a swing break is when I swing the hoop out, and you see how the bandana just swings out there, and then it comes back, and then it's back into rotation. And then I swing the bandana out. So what the swing is a stall. You are stalling the roll of the hoop and creating a stall. Now, one of the sort of tricks, the pro tips, is you kind of go with it to stop it. That's kind of, you sort of slow its momentum by actually going with it but breaking. So like I'm over here stopping it, right? I'm not trying to like do the swing break quick over here, especially if I'm learning it, right? I want to swing it out. Oh, okay, let's do a better one. Here we go. So you can sort of see the bandana, and you see how the hoop is. So if the hoop is rolling around, that bandana is slowly orbiting closer and closer to my arm, and then you see how it goes back out, and then it's going to come back in. It's going to come back in. There we go. That's an example of a visual example of a na running, really. And then this is her sort of stopping swing break. Oh, sorry. All right, so we're gonna. The studio audience wants us to go another like minute of just listening and playing with this. So we'll do another 2 minutes, minute and a half of give you a chance to maybe, if what I showed you helped. So I'll show you. This is kind of good. I'm digging this little visual for y'all. Like if I'm doing, like I can sort of do this isolation is essentially going a swing break to a swing break, and I'm not so worried about the hoop moving that much. Like if it slides on my hand, so what? But one of the things I've noticed, if you don't want to apply any grip, and even if you do, if you snap at the end, it'll tighten it up to your hand. It'll keep it from rolling as much. And so you don't want to overdo it, but like this is, I'm sort of trying to overemphasize how that I'm like snapping at the end. I do like the bandana for like, demonstrating. You can really see that the hoop is not really moving very much. Isolation. Yeah, it's an arm workout, Tara says. Okay. All right. That was our workout portion of the class. Do y'all have anything you want to say? We'll take a water break, everybody, if you'll.
I did have a visual I wanted to share about, that one. When you're trying to learn how to swing break like that, sometimes it can be good to blindfold. And if you're blindfolding, a really good visualization to do with that one is think about the anti-point that we've talked about before, the furthest point from where you're contacting the hoop, and you can just imagine kind of a pendulum attached to that. So if you're blind and you're swinging the hoop back and forth, you can really start to feel where that anti-point is, and that helps you know the point where to snap, like Bax was talking about.
It's 1, 2. Okay, yeah, like in a perfect world, this. If you're not sure what means about anti-point, the bandana would be an anti-point, right? All right, so now we're going to do a little core hooping. Not a lot, but a little bit, because we're going to feel some rotation there. So we're going to start on the waist. I haven't listened to Beth Orton in a long time. I went through a Beth Orton phase. I did go through. Yeah. Yeah, it was my rainy day coffee shop. All right, we're going to waist hoop and warm up, and then it's probably obvious where we're going, but where we're going to go is experiencing internal and external rotation. Okay. So as I'm core hooping, that's better. As I'm core hooping, especially if you can do rooted core hooping like the three of us are doing right now, you can really play with this internal and external rotation, and it'll be a cool feeling, and it'll enlighten how you hoop. Right now, I'm going to experience internally rotating. I think I'm using this right, Tara, but tell me if I'm not. But my two columns are turning in. My whole body. I'm trying to imagine the two trees. In HoopPath terms, the two trees are internally rotating. They're turning towards each other. And if you're not sure what I'm asking you to do, I'm asking you just to experience these things. To imagine just mindful movement and think to yourself, okay, I'm going to externally rotate both. I would say that, metaphorically, I'm kind of a protected person. The external rotation in core hooping, and we're about to go up to the shoulders, but that really feels like sort of cracking open that shell. Allowing that light to. And I can unroot and still sort of feel that. I can also go back to, remember when we were talking about rotating from the feet? You get so quick when you start to rotate, like if you're in, nice, T. Tara's raising and lowering into it. Okay, so Tara's asking, or not asking, but saying she's doing one internal and one external rotation. Struggle to keep your hoop level, like if you're in a pool of water at level, this internal and external rotation can really help you level that out, because you start to feel all the different quadrants, as you bring so much awareness just by thinking, okay, I'm internally rotating, I'm externally rotating. to be good for the abs. 'Cause mine, if you're up for it, reverse, second current. Yeah, please.
I wanted to share a note about the side step. So I was experimenting the whole time with a double step, since we weren't turning, kind of going 1, 2, 1, 2, and trying to use that to get deeper into the external and the internal, the external. And I loved those. What would you call those?
It's your one leg is externally rotated and the other one's internally rotated in the hip socket. So it allows for that kind of movement.
So cool. That felt really good.
All right, sweet. Okay, so we're going to finish up with... I feel like I'm spiraling apart. I can keep the hoop up for a while, but it falls. Any advice? Yeah.
Bigger hoop. Main one. Because your hoop should be big enough to where you can just relax in core hooping.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let me, I'm going to make a note, so hopefully I won't forget to address that.
So we're going to do
we're going to do some shoulder hooping now. If you can't do shoulder hooping, then this would still... Okay, second current. Little sister.
I was thinking about Little Sister today. It's one of my favorite HoopPath concepts.
Okay. All right.
The white word is out, even if you can't see it.
Okay, so this is a very, I'll just be, based on what I see in video and in the hoop community, that I would say that this is going to be a more of an advanced type exercise. So if you can't shoulder hoop, you can definitely take this advice. I think it will help you learn it eventually, but this will be pretty frustrating if you can't shoulder hoop at all. But what we're going to do is do external and internal rotation, and this is really where, I mean, it's so nuanced, it's hard to teach beginners how to learn by doing this, but if I tried as I got older, deeper into my hoop teaching to teach it this way. So we're going to talk about mountain at the shoulders, and we're going to add what you guys have all heard about. What were we? Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll do this. All right. All right, I'll show you what I'm talking about. We're coming up to the shoulders here. All right, this is not on.
Say my name as I come in closer.
Shoulder hooping, mountain. Yeah, an unwinding feeling. Well, okay, so that's funny you mentioned that. One of our friends, the woman that owns this house I'm living in, Beth Lavender, used to talk about one current feeling like it wrapped her in her cocoon, and the other current feeling like it unwrapped her from her cocoon. Spider kite, what sometimes is happening is, every activity, there's like every activity has a different form of what in shape is, right? Like, and so one of the things with hooping is it's an activity that requires constant movement of your body. And that's not normal, you know. And so a lot of times what happens when you can establish it, but then it tails off, it's like your body is kind of what I call kind of micro fatiguing, right? Like it's getting tired. And so some of the training with hooping, just those flow sessions, it just strengthens that muscle, you could call it, and you get better at it just by flight time. It's just the body suddenly goes like, oh, okay, we cannot coast. In hooping, core hooping, you cannot coast, right?
Those lights tell us who we are. Clouds blow through the skies in your eyes.
No, right now I am externally rotating. I'm really opening my chest. This is what a move, Anne's doing it right now, that will really help you grace up your shoulders if you haven't done it before. When you're really in flow with shoulders, like when you're really in flow with it, you can feel every step of every step of a na, every inch that the hoop travels across you. You sort of feel that, and you become this, you know, this kind of landscape or seascape that's really whirling this hoop around you. You know, I always like to imagine that Ana is running around me. It's her steps that I feel, and I'm making it as easy for her to get around as possible. I'm not giving her a mountain to bang into. A lot of times when people learn to shoulder hoop, their second tree, their PM shoulder, gets a big bruise on it, and that's because it's jamming into Ana, throwing. She's crash landing into it, and she leaves a bruise. So some of smoothing out your shoulder work, it's kind of dipping these shoulder blades away. That's a good one for this. Anne and Tara are also both moving a lot, and that's another way that you can really grace up your shoulder hooping, is if you keep your feet moving, the hoop is kind of constantly in stall. Anne said she was trying to pick up her knees. To this.
Well, just if you don't have it yet and you're getting frustrated, a little bit of without the hoop work that can be helpful, I'll show you, are just these circles that you make with your rib cage and trying to find all the planes in both directions. So that's just some good conditioning if you need a break for a second. I remember when I was first learning, it's a lot. It takes a while.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, please. Yeah, of course.
Right along with that, as I was thinking about a couple of arm moves I was using, which I'll show you both after describing them. But one is simply, just circling both arms with the current. And then that can help you circle the heart. Yes, exactly. Stirring both in the same current. But I was also, do you mind, or sorry, no, I'll hand this to you. I'm sorry. There was also where I was doing both arms side to side, and I'll show you in a second.
Anne is demoing now.
This is demo 1, and then this is demo 2.
This is demo 2. Yeah. So she's moving her hands with the current underneath it. You can draw circles. You can just dash back and forth.
Totally. But it helps open the chest and the back.
Sweet. Well,
Thank you.
wow, we're almost at the end here. We really are at the end.
No. Yes, bare arms too. Yes.
Yeah. All right. You guys have any? Should we do another exercise? I think we could just go to free hoop. What do you think? Yeah, we started on time more or less, right? All right, I'm gonna stick to this sort of 90s, or I don't know. I'm gonna stick to the same sort of genre. These are not the normal songs I play, but this will be a fun one. Oh wait, so this is a free hoop. You can hoop any way you want to this one. And yeah. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. I miss this era of music. I really did. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, as always. We really appreciate it. I love our little community we have here. Thank you, Jumper. Thank you, Beyond the Mind.
Chose to
Thank you, guys. We're going to play one more. This will be our last song. Do y'all have anything you want to say to finish it up?
Thanks for another awesome Saturday.
Sweet.
Everybody. Mwah.
All right. Well, I think we'll go out with a kind of upbeat song, and then well, actually, no. We'll go a little bit less upbeat. But thank you, guys. No, I changed my mind. Unless y'all want upbeat. Do you want upbeat?
And I'm hard.
Yep. All right. I got vetoed. I'm cool with that.
Sorry. Oh my God, it's Saturn. It's my planet.
Shucks.
First of all, Saturn is my planet. Secondly, my birthday is in like 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks.
All right, we'll play
Saturn
an
days.
upbeat song to. This is our last song. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for the donations. We appreciate it.
In the club, look around and I settle in and head to the bar to get a couple good drinks and I feel a little buzz, so it's time to let the fun begin. It's 3 a.m. It's still on, want the fun in the club on the walks and the sellers bring the party in, but fucking shit, I run the club, just call me Mrs. Government and we can keep it poppin' like the gum they call Doublemint and we can keep drinking until everyone sees doubles and you say you wanna have, we got pounds of the elements, you know the kind of shit that how you swear and you see elephants. It's quite funny how I make my rhyme so irrelevant and quite funny how I make this rhyme so irrelevant. The rhyme is getting crazy, well let's get back on subject and
It's
head
a
to
slow
the floor and
process.
start boogie yoogie and how I'm feeling, I probably won't leave the club to about 10, so give me a few inches and I pop, lock and drop and my legs going crazy, they start sponge bobbing, everyone crowds around amazed at what they watching, the music's getting low when the music starts stopping. DJ, run this shit back. Now watch the DJ run my shit back like a flashback. The new CLP, I gotta have that. He turned the amp down, I told his ass to bring the amp back. Now I can't hear shit, I'm just bobbing to the damn. Now watch the DJ run my shit back like a flashback. The new CLP, I gotta have that. He turned the amp down, I told his ass to bring the amp back. Now I can't hear shit, I'm just bobbing to the damn track. Now everybody's coming, the club's getting crowded. I think we got a problem. Razor flow, solve it. Okay, I'ma solve it. Let's take it to the water and bring the DJ out so we can party harder and make fresh drinks, but make them up stronger. My stamina is leaving, but it needs to stay longer. They tell me go home, but I don't really wanna. They tell me chill for a sec, but I don't really wanna. I start hearing sirens from the cops around the corner, but the party's so hot, so stop and they don't bother. And just to piss them off, we turn the music up louder and make it run through the streets like it's sun showers. It's 3 o'clock, let's keep the party popping 2 more hours. Then I head home to refresh and hop up out the shower. Then I take a little rest, but it's just a few hours. Then I wake up and do the same thing again. I hit the nightclub round 10 with a couple of friends, and that's when the fucking fun begins. Bartender mix the juice and gin and let us get a few good drinks in. Tell the DJ to put on a hot track and make him run his shit back. That's what I call a flashback. Watch the DJ run my shit back like a flashback. The new CLP, I gotta have that. He turned the amp down, I told his ass to bring the amp back. Now I can't hear shit, I'm just bobbing to the damn. Watch the DJ run my shit back like a flashback. The new CLP, I gotta have that. He turned the amp down, I told his ass to bring the amp back. Now I can't hear shit, I'm just bobbing to the damn track. 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 Bobbing to the damn track.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night or day. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Ann. Good night, guys.